Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. I want to give a big shout out to my girl Linda in the great state of Texas. I appreciate your generosity and your support. Thank you very much. But there might be some silver lining in this coronavirus shit cloud. There's a drug called chloroquine, I believe that's the name. I put a link in the description box. But it's a drug that has been used to treat malaria and rheumatoid arthritis, I believe is the other one. Again, I'll put the link in the description box, you can check it out. But this drug has been around for a long time. Another plus about it being around a long time is that they probably have a lot of it. So it'll be easier to reproduce and distribute. But it's called chloroquine. I heard the president talking about it. Saw it on this other show, and then I looked it up online. And in Boston, they're using it on patients, and some doctor in the south of France took a group of like 40 people and used it on them, and it had a 100% success rate in curing the coronavirus in those 40 people. So there is a light at the end of the tunnel. It will get better. I've already seen, the adjustment of people, I guess, adjusting to, the shelter in place, and people, when it first came out, you all saw it, the rush on the stores and buying up all the toilet paper and the water and shit like that, leaving nothing for the everyday shopper who's just trying to feed themselves and or their family. So things, the wave has crested, so to speak, and people are adjusting to it. Things are getting back to normal. The two cases in my county that were discovered the other day, they were people who had recently been traveling abroad, and they're quarantined right now. So there's, to my knowledge, there have been no more cases. And as far as, they were saying, it's going to get worse before it gets better, and it may. But if there's a cure, if there's a vaccine, then even if it gets worse, that's all right, because now we have a cure. People can be given the cure, given the vaccine, and the coronavirus won't matter, even if they do get it. I hope that's true. I know that if it is true, they will get on that immediately. One of the downsides to social media is that the word travels too quick when it comes to bad things, i.e. the hysteria of this whole coronavirus thing. But the upside to social media sometimes is that the word travels on good things. So once it's out there, I think word will travel, and also the vaccine will travel equally as fast. People will get it. Coronavirus will become a thing of the past. We will be back to burying our nose in our electronic devices, listening to what the disgusting Democrats want to do to get Trump out of office. All that impeachment shit and all that bullshit sounds kind of mild to what we're dealing with now. I'd love to get back to it. Speaking of the coronavirus, now I've heard it's supposed to be $1,000 per person from the federal government. Now I've heard up to $2,000 per person. Plus, I think Washington is doing $500 per child as well. The company I work for, they're giving us a bonus based on our highest sales numbers from last week when shit was just crazy and people were buying everything. So I'm very fortunate to work for a company like that. Plus, the company I work for is deemed essential, so I still have my job. Thank God for that. But no matter how much money we're getting from the government, whether state, whether local, state, or federal, all the never-Trumpers and all the haters, are you going to cash that check? Because yesterday I was at work, a bunch of people in the break room, a bunch of them were fucking SJWs. One of them has green hair, the big old gauge, those ridiculous, humongous holes in their ear, and a nose ring. He has the Never Trumper, Not My President uniform. So a bunch of these clowns were in the break room, and my buddy Albert was like, so, You guys gonna cash your check? You're all the never Trumpers, the Trump haters. Orange man is bad, not my pussy bites back. All these motherfuckers, are they gonna cash those checks? You damn right they are. Because the only thing that matters is money. And their hate for Trump is rooted in emotions and feelings. My social political pussy is telling me that I should be offended by what he says. Also yesterday, me and another buddy of mine are at work, and all we hear is one of our managers say, "Well, he's not my president," and I couldn't, I couldn't help myself. I said, "Yeah, he is." "Oh, no, he's not." "Yeah, he is. He's everybody's president. If you live in this country, that's your president." He's like, "Well, I know that he's like, you know, the leader of my country and all, but he's not my..." Look, the motherfucker ain't your personal friend. He's your president, not your homie. Yeah, he's everybody. Everybody knows he's the leader of this country. It's not like he's a friend of ours. I don't know Trump. He's never been to my house. He's not my friend, but he's my president. When Obama's punk, sorry, spineless, cotton ball handshake ass, "I'm sorry if America has offended you. I would like to make everything correct. Here is my wallet and an empty check. You fill out the amount and I won't care. Sorry to bother you." After having that, even when that pussy was in office, he was my president. So Trump is yours. And you can say what you want in front of everybody. You can say what you want in front of your friends to make you feel good, to virtue signal, to show that you're on the right side of history. But when you get that ballot in the mail and you're sitting at your living room table or your dining room table, or if you go to the voting poll place and you're standing in that booth behind that tiny little curtain, you're going to vote with your wallet. Period. Doesn't matter what you say to us. Doesn't matter what you say in public or to your people. You're going to vote with your wallet. Whoever's leaving you more money, that's who you're going to vote for. Whoever is less intrusive on your life and who has your best interests at heart, that's who you're going to vote for. You can say what you want when you come out of the booth, but that's the truth. And the economy taking a shit, which it will bounce back. The Dow is already rising for the second day. It's already making a comeback. But all these things happening to the economy is not Trump's fault. And fixing it is not Trump's responsibility. It has to be a group effort. State and local government have to be on the front lines of fixing this shit. It can't just, he's not King Trump. They always pull this shit. Oh, he's gonna take all our rights away. And when he gets, remember that disgusting foul tramp? You've all seen the clip on the night he got elected. Oh, get your abortions now, ladies, because we're gonna be fucked. That's one of the most disgusting things I've ever heard. But when some shit like that, you guys treat him like he's a king. Like he can just come in with his crown and his cape like the cowardly lion in the Wizard of Oz and say, this is what's going to happen. Take their rights. Give them more rights. They have white privilege. Give them everything. Fuck the POCs. It doesn't happen that way. So also, when something bad happens, it doesn't happen that way. It's the federal government's job to give the local and state authorities the money to fix things because they are on the front lines. They are at ground zero. They're with the people. They might not be for the people, but they're with the people physically. So it's not all his fault that this shit is happening. You want to blame somebody? Blame fucking China. That's who we need to blame. That's who put us in this position, this situation. So let's end it on a lighter note, people. We're going to do a little more story time with Uncle Jericho. Now, I told you yesterday about this drunk slut that I saw get beat up at a bar. So I'm going to tell you about these two future sluts of America that I saw in junior high school get beat up. So these two girls, Michelle and Heather, they're, you know, the it girls. One of them's a super slut. But now that I look back on it, you know, when you're adult, you reflect on things and you understand. The girl had a broken home life, no dad. So, of course, this was going to be her path. So there was this new girl at our school named Arwa. She was from Yemen. And her dad owned a store, a little convenience store called Moe's Market. And we probably in 7th grade, because Michelle was in my grade, Heather was a grade above us. She's an 8th grader. So the school bus would pull up right in front of Arwa's store. That was one of the bus stops. A real good friend of mine also lived on that road. So the whole bus ride, and then it didn't just start that day. I don't know what the jealousy was from these girls toward her, but they always fuck with her, call her names, fuck with her. She wore a hijab, they'd fuck with it, push her, push their fingers in the back of her head. So they're doing all this shit on the whole bus ride. Arwa's not saying nothing, other than leave me alone, leave me alone. And she's really quiet. At this point, she came to our school in 4th grade, so at this point, she knows English. She has her little group of friends. I'm cool with her. We'd come in her store sometimes. She'd hook us up, free lollipop or free popsicles and shit if it was hot. She was cool. She was a friend. Really quiet, soft-spoken, excellent student. So these girls keep fucking with her, keep calling her names and cussing at her. The bus driver's telling, leave her alone, sit down, girls, leave her alone. And even other people are like, man, leave her alone. What the fuck? Leave her alone. But now fucking blah, blah, blah. They keep messing with her. So we're thinking this poor girl, they're going to get off the bus. They're going to keep fucking with her until her dad comes out of the store to save her. That's fucked up. Poor Arwa. Well, Arwa had other plans because the bus driver pulls up to the bus stop. They get off the bus. Arwa gets off the bus first. The 2 little it girl skanks get off the bus after her, and that was it. Arwa threw her backpack down, put her fists up like she's done this before. No offense, ladies, but she didn't look like she punched like a girl. She had those hands up, her feet were in the right position, and Arwa went ahead and got to work on those 2 bitches. She punched, I can't remember who she punched first, but she punched them. The other one looked shocked, like, oh shit, we thought this was going to be easy. She punches her, gives her like a 2-piece, no biscuit, goes back to the other one. She went back and forth. She'd hit one, they'd crumble. She'd go back and hit the other a few times. They would crumble. Next thing you know, they're both on the ground. They both have bloody noses. They're both crying and shit, holding their faces, running home. And it happened so quick that the bus didn't even pull away yet. I guess the bus driver was waiting, for maybe some cars to go by or something. We're all looking out the window, hanging out the window, looking at this shit. She beats the brakes off of both of these little scabs, and everybody's just cheering, yeah, Arwa, yeah. Fucked them up. Nobody saw that shit coming. You talk about a quiet, soft-spoken, kind girl. You never would have thought she even knew how to spell fight. Well, I don't know what they taught her in Yemen. I don't know what her dad was teaching her behind the scenes. Like, these little bitches aren't going to mess with you anymore. But Arwa beat the shit out of both of them. So, Arwa, if you're out there, anybody who may know her, please put me in contact with her. I would love to catch up and get her perspective on how and why she beat the shit out of him so badly. It was so funny. These girls were talking big shit. We're going to kick your ass. When we get off the bus, we're going to kick your ass. We're going to fuck you up. No, you're not. I guess the whole time she was sitting there quiet, she was formulating a plan. She was playing things out in her mind, because when it came time to do it, she looked like she'd done that before. That was not her first time whooping somebody's ass. That might not have been her first time whooping 2 people's ass at the same time, but she did it, and she did it well. So all you mean kids out there, all you bullies out there fucking with the quiet kid, be careful, because they just might have a little bit of Arwa in them. Now, speaking of things being in them, I'm about to get in this damn rat race. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit liberal who's not going to give that federal money back cries. Utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. Also, check the link in the description box. Get your Jericho green notification tone, fanatictones.com, just $1.29. I am Jericho green. Man, I'm out.